Okay, so there's this book called Adult Children of Alcoholics by Janet, and I have read it. We'll try to dissect what all I learned, or this is an amazing book, I swear to God. So, if people who are dealing with or who have dealt with a childhood, जहाँ पर they had a lot of chaos in their childhood, and maybe one of their parents or both of their parents were alcoholics, and how it uh, basically structured their entire life, and if they have difficulty in being themselves, or maybe in a social gathering, or maybe in any relationship, be it friendship, in a romantic relationship. I have a lovely, lovely view right here. Someone is sleeping beside me, so see, she will also be with us throughout this dissection of this book. Okay, I will just go through what all I learned about this book, right? So, starting off, okay, I have dealt with this similar kind of situation. That is, let's address the elephant in the room. That is why I have read this book, right? So, people have some common things that are very common in children of alcoholics, that they are very critical about a lot of things. They do a lot of self-critique, and they are not very humble on themselves, right? They can be very aggressive on themselves, and they can judge themselves बहुत ही ज़्यादा level पे. So this is what I thought about myself also, and this is what I've been doing throughout my life. So I thought I should give it a read. So यहाँ पर क्या करता है, this books tells us various instances where they interviewed people and had cross relation longitudinal study, जहाँ पर they interviewed people who have been in a similar situation. So for an example, if people in a group of children, some people would try and take initiatives and try and be the well-wisher of the group, or caretaker of the group. So that are some of the different characteristics of children of alcoholics. Like, they want to make sure that the situation is well maintained, or all the people are comfortable in their lives, and whatever activity they're doing, everyone is feeling comfortable, and they kind of pleasing the people, and neglecting their own thoughts, neglecting their own well-being in the process. And in this book, there are 13 reasons, or 13 characteristics that differs or tells a person of adult children of alcoholics, and how they differ from people who are not. So I'm going to discuss those 13 reasons, and if you fall into them, then you can read about it. Okay, so there are some characteristics that I will be discussing about with you. So first one is this: adult children of alcoholics guess at what normal behavior is. For example, adult children of alcoholics, or people who are facing with similar situations, they don't know ki when or at what age and what normal behavior is. So after a very long time in life, when they are over 18 or something, they decipher, oh, this is normal and this is not. So all their lives, they don't know what normal behavior is, because of obvious reasons of whatever happened in the childhood, because it was very chaotic, very performative at times. Adult children of alcoholics had difficulty following a project through from beginning to end. This can be very nicely summed up when, as parents of these children are very impulsive in nature, and they can be very arrogant at times. So adult children of alcoholics also have this tendency of being very impulsive, and they can start any difficult project which will try to give them validation, but to follow that and to actually complete it from beginning to end is a huge task for them, and which personally I can relate to. Adult children of alcoholics lie when it would be just easy to tell the truth. So growing up, what children do is that they are very performative in nature. So whenever someone asks, or in school or in social gathering, if they are asked, how are your parents, how was yesterday night, and etc., you tend to protect your family, yourself, and you try to fragment your statements by saying fragmented lies or truth in that sense. But you won't just say the entire truth, because that saves you from the additional explanation that you need to do. Plus, yeah, it also saves you from the extra conversation that you have to do. Plus, it will protect your family and you. So that keeps on with them throughout the life, and they just tell the statements or the truth that is only necessary, and that is not entirely true. And then another is adult children of alcoholic judge themselves without mercy, which I told you, this is very common. Like, there's no mercy at all when it comes to judging themselves, because since childhood they are framed in a way that they ha- they feel like the problem or the root cause of the problem is they only, like them, the people. But yeah, and then they judge themselves without mercy. Adult children of alcoholics have difficulty having fun in a situation. I personally relate to this a lot. In a family situation, in a situation where people are enjoying, you tend to make sure everything is fine, everything is normal, no one is misbehaving, everyone is fine, everyone is having fun. But that takes away all the fun from you inside. And then you're just left out with constantly making sure that people are enjoying, and you're just there. Adult children of alcoholics take themselves very seriously. This is very correct because since childhood there are a lot of instances where they are left out alone, and then all they think about is what did they do wrong, or they might have done something wrong, because we all idolize our parents since childhood, and whenever they misbehave with us, or maybe they have a very unpleasant voice, or something that we hear is not pleasant to our ears, we take this that as that we have done something wrong. So we, or the children of alcoholics, take themselves very seriously at times. Adult children of alcoholics have difficulty with intimate relationships because they can't be vulnerable, because if they will be vulnerable, they will be there are instances where people, the children who have been vulnerable with their parents, feel so nice in one moment, and the next moment when their parents maybe are drunk and all, they have to subside that feeling because they have to protect their inner wall, because parents might say anything, and emotions are all over the place. So they have difficulty with intimate relationship. They can't get vulnerable with one person, or a person, and it takes a lot of time, and people aren't ready to give people that time, which is very valid. Adult children of alcoholics overreact to changes over which they have no control. Yeah, because they have seen everything's getting tormented in in front of their eyes, which they have no control over. So anything, when they get adult, anything which is happening, they feel that they can have some control over it because they are adult now. But that doesn't happen that way, because you are adult, but you can't change the situations on which you don't have any control. But people or children who are now adult, they fail to realize this. Adult children of alcoholic constantly seek approval and affirmations, because validation didn't come from home. Validation always came from outside, and they couldn't regulate their own emotions, their own thought process, and they constantly seek approval and affirmations. And you might have seen that people of these sort, maybe they try to be overly performative just to get applaud, or maybe some kind of validation from others. Other children of alcoholics usually feel that they are different from other people. They have some superiority complex, for an example, that I have dealt with such huge things in life, and I've been more mature than you guys, and I am superior in this way, and I think I am different from you people because you have had a significantly good childhood than us, which is a very bad comparison, but yeah, they do that. They are super responsible or super irresponsible. Yes, this is a very valid statement. One moment they can be super responsible or super close to someone, and other time they can be super irresponsible or utterly nonchalant with anyone. So this is a like a outcome of what they experienced in childhood. Like one time their parents would be very responsible for their children emotion, or their emotion on their children, and other time they would be like, their emotions would be all over the bus, all over the place. And so this is the thing. Adult children of alcoholics are extremely loyal, even in the face evidence that loyalty is undeserved. So people of these sorts have very difficult have very difficult time handling relationships, or maybe if they have broken up, they can't forget someone for a very very long time, which is very valid, because they just get attached to someone, and then there's this problem of getting vulnerable, but they just can't tell the other person that I really am attached to you, but I can't get vulnerable. So if the other person also goes away, the feeling in adult children of alcoholics won't go away for a very long time, more than the time that you can even think of, for a very, very long time. Adult children of alcoholics are impulsive. They tend to lock themselves in a course of action without giving a serious consideration to alternative behaviors or possible consequences. This is also a very, very valid statement. Because of the childhood, what ever have happened, it was everything including impulsive. So impulsive nature has been in their DNA since childhood, because and what it has a very bad impact on them. How? So adult children of alcoholic or children of these sort have a very uh, very weird relationship with having, for example, having a friendship, having a conversation with anyone. So if they expect normal replies, it won't it won't give them that satisfaction or validation that maybe an impulsive argument or a fight or an argumentative statement would have given to them. Or maybe if the statement or the other person is trying to maybe fight or indulge in an argument, they will feel more validated in that sense, because that is what they have seen in the childhood. Key, if you raise your voice, if your emotions are impulsive and all over the place, that is how you feel heard. That is how the other person will go give more attention to your thoughts. But is that good? No, of course not. But that is how people think about it. And that is it. So these are the 13 characteristics that makes them fit into this category. So the few suggestions I want to give through this book is, you have to have this corrective self-judgment on you. For example, a lot of people of such syndrome has they like lie automatically, even if telling the truth would be easier, right? It's not, it doesn't make them a dishonest person, but they find it to lie about a statement or lie about a situation much easier than just accepting the truth. So whenever you are in the situation where you are thinking, oh, I could just lie about it and just go, you have to be there and say, I have to correct this. You have to correct your lying, and by increasing your awareness about whenever you lie in a day, you have to figure out a lot of statements that you say and where you find that you might have lied, even to your closest friend. So second suggestion would be end self-criticism. uh, People of of this syndrome judge themselves without mercy, and but they have to stop somewhere. Yeah, they can still criticize themselves, but be a bit easier. For an example, taking full blame of everything give won't make anyone happy, right? It doesn't make a difference if you take the whole blame or the partial blame or be so rough on yourself. You can make a mistake, but you're not the mistake, right? You can make mistake. People do make mistake, but that doesn't make you your whole identity on it. Uh, you have to detach from this parentification that you are doing. You constantly are in this environment where you have to deal with your parents' emotion, then you have to parent them, then you have to think about your life also, and then you need to focus on the present. Like, take accountability for your life and whatever you're building. After 10 or 15 or 5 or 10 years, no one would give a damn of what your childhood was, how you dealt with things. No one would think about it. So you have to take accountability for your own for your own life. Seeking support is never wrong. You should have one or two friends whom you can slowly have this relation of like a therapeutic relation, where you can say, you have to constantly judge me if I am lying or not, and I will tell you if I'm at the end of the day. And then little by little, after days, you will see that the people you are very close with, you won't be lying or telling fragmented statements, which will give you the freedom of not acting up or not acting in a situation. Okay, so you don't have to be liked by everyone, but being honest and being accountable for your own emotions and detaching yourself with the parentification sort of things will give you eternal happiness, surely. Ending self-criticism has to be a thing, and then you have to correct your lying thing. This will maybe give you a lot of validation, self-validation, that a lot of people require at this point of time. So yeah, this was my summary on this book, and it's a lovely book. I loved it, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. It's so sunny today.